Hi, it's Patsy. I'm on again. I've just done one video, but I've come on now to do another video on the angels. I did how and why I work with angels part 1, and this one is going to be like a part 2 and kind of go into it a bit deeper, because a lot of people asked how I connected with the angels and how I started connecting with the angels. Like I said in the original video that I did, the first connection I had with them was through the angel cards. It was a Adoring Virtue deck. That was my introduction to the angels, and that's probably still one of the easiest ways to connect with them. And you know, there's a number of decks out there of different angels and whatever images kind of speak to you and what have you. I no longer have any Adoring Virtue decks, or no angel ones anyway. But even decks like this one by Diana Cooper, is a well-known angel lady. This is Angels of the Light cards. Now there's no images on these cards, only the back. So there we go. But on the front you get like writing. And this is actually a stand, so you can actually stand it and put your card of the day or whatever you're in there. So you could always sort of shuffle and pull a card, ask what you need to know today, you know. So if you sort of shuffle and just sort of say, call on the angels and asking you of what I need to be aware of today, what energy is around me today, what message are you trying to get through to me that I'm not listening to, and then just pull one card. However you do that, whether you just fan it out, go on to this one. And the card of today is self-worth, and it says self-worth bestows a sense of confidence, expectation of success and ability to love. Decide on clear boundaries and limits and firmly decline to let others step over them or manipulate you. You will earn respect. When you value yourself, you become open and friendly, slow to take offence and quick to forgive. Remind yourself that you are likeable and lovable. Do not let others press your buttons. Stand tall and confident. With true self-worth, you radiate a golden aura which unfolds others and makes them feel good too. Ask your angel to step into your aura and guide you. And then the information is, I am confident and worthwhile. And then you could put them all back into the stand, leaving that card on display to remind you of your message for the day or the week or whatever. So that is one way that you can do it, by these like affirmation cards. I mean, other decks that you can use are like decks, you know, that are quite popular. The Angels and the Ancestors. Oh, excuse me. And the Ask an Angel, you know. Like, we'll do a bit of an example here with this. I'll kind of show you what kind of reading you'll get. So, on a daily basis, I like to ask, what is the energy around me today? As a card 1. Card 2 is, what obstacles are standing in my way, or what obstacles will I find along through today. Number 3 card will be what I can do to overcome these obstacles, and card 4 is what will the outcome be, or what can the outcome be. So if you pull the first card, Divine Justice. So the energy of the day is that with Divine Justice, everything is going to come to us in a perfect timing. You know, there's maybe things that we want to happen all of a sudden. It's not always going to happen all of a sudden. We have to kind of accept that things will come to us when the time is right for us to accept it. So today with Archangel Camille, she's telling me that today that things will eventually start slotting into place. Things will start to kind of get me that justice that I feel that is missing in my life, if you like, or a situation that I'm wanting to come to an end. Things are starting to fall into place with this energy around me now. Things are put into place, and it will be acted upon as soon as the timing is right. But when she comes up, when this card comes up, I know that things are starting to fall in place, and that what it is I need in my life at this point is starting to fall into place for me, and it will be coming to me. The obstacle is healing, and that's what I'm asking for. I'm asking for healing. So with Archangel Raphael, and as an obstacle, it's an obstacle in the fact that I still need to heal. I can't do everything what I'm asking, and wanting to do, because I need this healing. I need to get this healing complete before I can carry on doing everything that I want. And things are starting to get better. Things are starting to fall into place, like the first card suggests. I'm in this energy where things are getting in, but I do have the days where it kind of have backward steps, and I need to continue getting this healing. I need to continue to let Archangel Raphael do the healing, and for things to heal better for me to be able to finally get to where I need to be. So that is the obstacle, because I still need some healing, and what I need to overcome what's going on at the minute. And we got the card of emotion, which is fuel. Now with emotion, sometimes when my eyes go bad again on me, I kind of get really upset and down in the dumps, and emotionally it gets a bit too much for me. So I need to kind of look at things as a whole. Yes, I'm in this energy where things are starting to fall into place, but there's still healing needing to be done. And I need to remember, there's positives in this. Things are getting better. There is healing on the way. Don't let my emotions kind of get the better of me, and to look on the positives. Yes, I'm still got dodgy days, but things are getting better. Things are falling into place for me. There is healing taking place. So this is what I need to remember. This is the card of what I need to overcome this, and I need to remember this. And if I can do that, then what is the outcome? And it's the battle card. Now with the battle card, if I can accept this, if I can accept, that there's still healing to be done, and still things that need to kind of fall into place for me, and not to get too emotionally involved, then I will win that battle. That battle is won. Do you know what I mean? It's something that I can overcome, in a way that brings me down all the time anyway. But it's something that I've been fighting for a long time, for the last few months. This is a battle I've been fighting, but I can win this battle. And yes, it's going to be one of these reoccurring things, what's going to keep coming into me. But as a whole, once this, I allow this energy and this healing to take place and get it on top of my emotions. Yes, there's going to be times it flares up, and it's going to be a continuous battle for me. But the battle is won if I can control how I feel about the bad days as well as the good days. Do you know what I mean? So this is a kind of message that you can get from this particular deck. Now if I ask the same question using the Carl Gray, now I know this is not just angels, but a lot of people, this is a popular deck, so I'm calling upon the angels to guide me what it is I need to know today around my eye situation, and what is the energy around me, what the obstacles of its situation around me is, how I can overcome this obstacle, and finally what the outcome will be if I can do that. So the card 1, card 2, card 3, card 4. So the first card is the Traveller. So things are moving, things are going in the right direction. You'll probably see when I use oracles, I don't always stick to the exact keywords or whatever, but I take what I get. So the Traveller to me, it says move in a new direction. So to me, the Traveller is moving in the right direction, moving towards, where I need to be. So she's moving forwards, she's looking forwards, as I'm laying them down here. She's looking that way, so she's looking forward. So I'm travelling, travelling on in the right direction, things are moving in the right direction. What are the obstacles? And I got the Knight, and it says be brave and honest. And I think with this card, the obstacle is for me that it's nothing to do with the bravery part of it, but the obstacle for me is to be honest with myself. You know, I have a couple of good days and I think I'm healed, but I'm not. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to be healed. I'm going to have good days, I'm going to have bad days, and this is something I need to be honest with myself. And until I can be honest with myself and not have too much expectations, that is always going to be an obstacle for me. So what can I do to overcome this obstacle? And we have the great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. So to me, this card is telling me, yes, I'm moving in the right direction, but I've got to be honest with myself. This thing's not going to heal overnight. You know, it's always going to be with me. I'm going to have good days, I'm going to have bad days, and this is something I can learn, and learn something from. Do you know what I mean? It's something that I don't have to let it overtake my life. I can learn from the experience that I've had, where there has been days where I've not been able to do nothing with my eyes except keep them closed, and accept the good days, but also I have to accept the bad, and they are fewer than what they was before, and this is a positive, and I have to remember this and learn from this, and what the outcome can be if I can learn from this. And it's the shapeshifter card, and it's transform. Things will transform once I can get to grips with this. But you know, that realizing that I've got to be honest with myself, it's not going to be all roses. There's going to be bad days, there's going to be days I can't do an awful lot, but it's going to be good days, so be positive. So that is the kind of messages that you can get from the Carl Gray Angels and Ancestors. So like I said, that is probably the easiest way to connect with your angels, is by using angel decks. Another way, if you're into crystals, you can connect with the angels through crystals. Now I have quite a few crystals, but I have 4 that I particularly use with the angels, and they are angel shaped. So this one, I don't know if you can really see the colouring of that because it looks quite black, but it's a purple. That's an amethyst. So this little angel here is amethyst. This one is lapis. This one is angelite. And then my largest one is rose quartz. Now if I want to use any other crystals, then I have a dish full of crystals at home and here, but I can pull out whether that's selenite, whether it's just a quartz, you know, the clear quartz or whatever it is. I have them out, so I can pull them out. But you can, I love the angel shape because they're very, I love to feel them while I'm meditating, while I'm cooling on them, whatever. Then whatever it is that I need, I'll choose a crystal, what kind of is for, you know, if I'm talking about relationships, love, or self-love or anything like this, I'll pick up the rose quartz, and then, you know, I'll call upon my angels to help with that. If it's self-love, self-healing, you know, then I'll call out upon Archangel Raphael to help me love myself and to help me through my healing and whatever. And I will hold this crystal. So if you're into crystals, then there, you know, there's a lot of connections between crystal energy and angel energy, to connect with them. So that is another way that you can connect, you know, is through crystals. So the other thing that I did when I first started was I kept a journal. So this is the particular journal that I'm talking about. Just give you a bit of an idea. Okay, so this is, this is what I kept. There's meditation there, angels. Actually, that's a poem I wrote. Then there's different angel things, different quotes and that from angels on there. Oh, so I whatever I read, I kind of then sort of put in here. Positive thinking is always a good thing if you want to work with angels. They love you to feel positive. And like this one, a positivity pledge. I shall no longer allow negative thoughts or feelings to drain me of my energy. Instead, I shall focus on the good that is in my life. I will think it, feel it, and speak it. By doing so, I will send out vibes of positive energy into the world, and I shall be grateful for all the wonderful things it will attract into my life. There is always, always something to be thankful for. Then here I've got my favourite hymn, even though I'm not religious, is make me a channel of your peace, which I think it says Saint Francis hymn. I love that one. Then so that went in there. Then that one here, I shared memories of my dad in there. And that was a poem I actually wrote that we actually read out to him at the funeral, so I kind of kept that written in there. But yeah, so you can see the sort of things that I kind of put in this. This is my angel thingy, and then the different angels, and then I went on to the archangels and how you can call upon them. It's all written down here. Archangel Michael, how you can call upon him, and Archangel Gabriel. So all the main ones, I kind of writ it all down, and all the way through is like the different archangels and how you can work with them, and my experiences working with them as well. So this is what I kind of put all the way through this book. It's all different connections, like this one, my spiritual path, where I talk about the angels, cards, classes and workshops. So that's all kind of my experiences with different things, all the different classes and that. Then there I put my visits from my dad, and meditations that I've had, some healing, and how I got on with sitting in the circle. So it's all kind of in here that when I say went through a time of being blocked and went through blockages, this is all written down. I wrote it all down, how I was feeling, what I did, and how I called upon the angels. Sorry about that, that was the phone again. So yeah, so that notebook was when I first started, and I read everything that I kind of read and found out about the angels went in here. Different invocations, different ways that you can call upon them, different ways that they've helped me, and letters to them have all gone in here. All that they've all gone in there, because that's one way that I found did help. If you feel a bit silly about talking out loud, and asking the angels out loud, write it down in the form of a letter. Dear guardian angel, if you want, but if you know the angel you want, if you want healing, dear Raphael, and actually state what it is that you need help with, and why you need their help in this situation. And then always say that I thank you for your help this time, helping me with the situation that I've outlined. And imagine that help, imagine that's healed, imagine, visualize that healing taking place, if it's healing that you're asking for, or the situation is healed. The angels will never step in if it's not for your good. If you're asking them to interfere in somebody else's life, they won't do that. But every question, every prayer is sent unless, like I said, you're asking something that is not for your good or your spiritual path, or it interferes with some aspect of somebody else's life, then they won't do that. But that's that's a good way of getting started, by just writing it down. And if you don't know who the archangel is you need to speak to, just ask for your guardian angel to help you. Do you know what I mean? So these are the main ways that I've connected. I've connected through it started off with writing it all down and feeling connected with them through writing down, and with the cards. So they was the two ways that I started, and I still connect through the cards. Writing not so much now because of the eyes. And the crystals, like I said, the crystals is another way that you can connect to them through meditation. There's lots of meditations online where you can connect to your guardian angel, or you can connect to the angelic realm. You can connect to Michael, you can connect to Raphael, you can connect to Camille, you know what I mean? So there's so many, whoever you want to connect with, whatever it is, there's so much on the internet that you can find, or you can get a good book. Like I said, I don't do books, so most of my thing is what I've seen online, or read online, or just kind of felt myself. angel energy loves positivity and happiness. That they love people who have a happy disposition and look on the positive side of life. They love to connect people like that. But that doesn't mean that if you're having a bad time and you're down and you're feeling very negative, that they won't come and help you, because they will, and because they want you back. They want you to be happy. They want you to be at peace with yourself. They want you to love yourself, and they want you to feel positive about life. They want us to enjoy our time here on earth, so they will do anything they can to help that. So another thing people say to me, but what about if I've asked for something and it hasn't come to me? All I can say is that every experience I've had, angels have always answered me. I can't remember any time that they haven't. Sometimes not in the way that I was expecting, but always in a way that I've learned something from it, or I'm taught something, or it's not interfering with somebody else's free will or what have you. Do you know what I mean? So we have to be careful what we ask for. That is number one. Number two, if we have to trust and believe in the angels. That's two. Number three, we can't have ideas of how they're going to deliver this. We have to allow them to deliver it in how they feel we need to have it delivered to us, whether that's teaching us we have to be taught a lesson from the experience or the situation, and they will see us through that and out the other side of the situation, whatever that may be, because some things, if it's written down, it's the life plan, they can't change that. So they can only guide and support you through that time. So that's all I can really say. If you feel that you've spoken to them but they've not helped, sometimes the way that they help you wouldn't expect, and it's so subtle you don't really acknowledge that it's through you asking the angels to help it, and you just think it's coincidental, or somebody else is coming, somebody's come into your life and they've done it for you, they've helped you. Well, how did that person come into your life? How do you know that it's not the angels who direct them there? So you just have to keep this positivity and be trusting that they will help you. Do you know what I mean? Because in all my experience of working, on the angel energy, they've never let me down. And it's sad to think that there's people out there who feel that they have been let down by them, because that's not something they'd want either. They want to help anybody who asks. So if you do feel that they're not helping you, then you can, just write it down and send them a letter and say, I've called upon you so many times and I never feel you're helping me. Can you please send me something that I will recognise that you are with me and you are helping and guiding me, something like that. And then put on there, can I please find, they love to put feathers in our way, can you put a feather somewhere that I wouldn't expect to see a feather for me to find, something like that, something that you can, feel that then you've asked them and they've delivered. But don't expect it within minutes. Sometimes it can be minutes, sometimes it can be a little while longer, because it'll always be in the perfect timing that they need these things to come through. So this is the kind of way that I worked and still work with the angels, and how I connect with them. Number one is probably still with my cards, because that's how I connect to everything, is through cards. That's just how I've been for years. I always connect with spirit, angels, or whatever, my inner self, whatever it is, then it's the cards that I'll use. So angel cards is my number one. Writing everything down and connecting with them through invocations and learning a little bit about them and writing it down and writing to them letters and what have you, is another way that I connected with them. And then crystals is another way that I connect. So that's the main ways that I connect with the angels. Other people probably connect differently, but I'm talking about my experiences, and that's how I connect, how I've always connected and how I still connect with them. And I hope this is helpful to people who wanted to know this. There will be a part 3 talking about angel numbers and what have you, but I just wanted to keep them, all the things separate. So one is why and how I know, and this is sort of elaborating a little on different ways that you can, and showing you a couple of examples of how the cards can connect you to answers from the angel realm. So I hope that's helped some of you, and it'd be interesting to hear what you think. And if there is some more angel subjects you'd like me to go into, or if you would like me to do a series on the different angels but go more in depth, then I'm quite happy to do that if that's something people are interested in. I know the last video was quite popular, And this is why I'm doing number 2, because people did ask for number 2. So thank you again, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.